everybody! Welcome back to Interact Interview. This week I am interviewing Maegan Stayrook. She is a fellow writer. We're in school together. And also, she is a huge Doctor Who fan, a huge anime fan, and just we're all there we go. Generalized, nerdy, geeky girls over here. So, all right, first let's talk about the writing. I know you have an editing site, an editing business, but you also do writing. So let's see. First, let's talk about when did you start writing? When did you know that you were a writer? And what types of things do you like to write?
Oh gosh, that one right there. I always like watching people's reactions when I say this.
Okay.
The first time that I realized that I wanted to be a writer, and the first time that I really experienced the getting into the story and just trying to put it on paper, was when I was 7 years old. And I only got to 32 pages because, to me, writing the story that I'm supposed to be putting down on paper, it goes in my head like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I only got to 32 pages at age 7.
That's pretty impressive, though.
Yeah.
For age 7.
32 pages for a 7-year-old is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But at age 12, I got to 127 pages. At age 15, I finally finished the book.
Oh, wow. Nice.
But it was actually at 7 years old, pretty much, that I had decided I want to be a writer, because I want to write down this story, because it's just so cool.
Yeah.
My preferred fields are fantasy and sci-fi.
Okay.
I like exploring different worlds. I like exploring different concepts, completely wiping the slate clean and trying to just build from ground zero up with making new cultures, new religions, new subcultures, new dialogue, languages, everything. It's quite a challenge. And then just suddenly throwing someone in there from Earth.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing what happens to them.
Yeah, for sure. I actually love those stories, too. So, and can I ask, what was the story at age 7 that you really needed to get down?
Actually, there were 2.
Oh, okay.
I started writing one, but then another one came up.
Okay. As they do.
The one that I really started, the very, very first one, and I always forget this one until I really start thinking about it. The name of the protagonist was Killa Lausvene.
Okay.
Humans would know her as Kitta.
Okay.
Kitta. Kitta.
That's a lot easier to say.
She was half wolf, half human. No random Earth people being thrown into this story. Completely fictional, completely fantasy. And it was just kind of like it wasn't even really writing down the actual story. It was just kind of like sketching out maybe who she is, what she does, what she likes to eat, what she likes to play. Stuff that a 7-year-old could actually focus on.
Yeah.
But then while I was writing down just one very short scene of her running through the woods or something else like that, I thought of this other girl with a cloak and a scimitar-like sword that kind of like shifted and glowed with runes on it and stuff like that. Just look over her shoulder like this.
Yeah, that's
it's
cool.
Like, who are you and what are you doing here? With this very intimidating looking red glowing sword. And that's when I realized that I need to write about Kate DeNarco. Actually, her name at the time was Kate Waterfall Burnett. Now her name is Mara DeNarco.
Oh, okay, got it.
And, well, I guess this is going to come up, and possibly the only source where future readers will know this. My pen name is Maxina Storybrooke, and that is the name that DeNarco, the book, will be under.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome. And now I feel special because this is going to be the only source people will know this.
hopefully.
I know, right? Okay.
Um,
That's cool. So are you finished with this story or are you still working on it?
I have completely written the first book of the series and completely written the second book of the series. It's a 4-book series, but the first and the second are both in heavy revisions. I have
Mhm.
rewritten the book over like 5 times, probably.
Yeah.
I lost count around 3 or 4.
Mhm.
It may even be upwards somewhere around 7, but the major, like plot changing, earth rattling changes was about 3 or 4 times.
Oh, okay. So now you're just on like the nitty-gritty revisions?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're getting close then.
Yes, I am getting close, and actually, I decided to just leave my book alone until after I'm done with Full Sail
Yeah.
because Full Sail really taught me a lot about structuring a story, even if it's not a script.
Oh yeah, for sure. That it's the just teaching us about the hero's journey and all the nitty-gritty details of the structure. It I think it helps with any kind of writing, that's for sure. It's been very helpful. So, plug for Full Sail's University's MFA program. All right, and then let's see. So for the MFA program, you are writing a film script, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and I know it's science fiction. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
In a post-apocalyptic world, a wandering introverted nomad, has to overcome his trust issues to save his newfound friends from an old enemy of his who has lied to everybody.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Uh, an old. Oh man, I messed it up. I had the logline memorized,
Oh,
but it got warped and twisted as I kept on thinking about it.
yeah.
It's a it's a psychotic leader who has lied to everybody.
Oh, okay. So he's psychotic. Cool. Yeah.
He's very psychotic,
It's very
but
sick.
he doesn't think that he's psychotic.
Yes. Well, a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, and I have read parts of it already, and just letting you all know, it's very creative and very exciting, and
It's
hope.
only gotten better since the last time you read it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing I'm probably gonna read it and again next month, so that's exciting, and hopefully everybody watching this video will one day see it on the big screen, right?
At this point, I just want someone to buy it off my hands.
Yeah. Take it, please. Yeah. No, I understand. I definitely understand that. So, all right, and then you are also known in our little group of students at Full Sail as the editing guru, and you do it. You are. You just got a job at the writing center too. So
Yes.
you did.
As a tutor.
Yep. Congratulations. So you have a business. It's Stayrook Editing and Coverage. You have a Facebook page and a website. Did you want to talk a little bit about what you do for your business and how you can help out other writers?
Oh yeah, most definitely. It isn't an official business yet because the whole entire at-home business license stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I essentially want to set it up as an editing and coverage website where it's a catch-all kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Writers of any genre and any medium can come to me and just have anything checked from, say, they just have an idea for a story and they just need help kind of fleshing that out, figuring out what they want to do with it, and just trying to get a grasp on the idea so that they can, move forward and actually start putting pen to paper.
Yeah.
And that's a developmental editor.
Okay.
They'll go through, help you move along.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the actual editors who deal with the actual paper, like content, line by line, copy editing, which is like grammar and, word by word.
Mm-hmm.
And those 3 are the types that I'm probably going to be the most involved with because that's what people typically want. They want overall structure, overall plot comments, or they want to make sure that each of their paragraphs flow into the other one properly, or they want to make sure that they're spelling words properly, or they don't have any dangling modifiers.
Yeah.
The final one, proofreading, that by definition is comparing a previous original document to the current document and making sure that all changes have been made, that there's no more typos, that everything's been modified. Not many changes actually really happen there. It's just to make sure that everything has been changed.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, I really want to help people with their stories, because what I've found is I actually took a kind of like freelance position as an editor for a novelist.
Oh, okay.
And because her last editor didn't do such a good job, so I thought, awesome, foot in the door, I get to do this.
Yeah.
And so I've been working with her on this book, and that's what made me really realize I want to be an editor as a job.
Yeah.
And so I went into it and I started helping her, and I just found that I absolutely loved it. You know, lots of grammar issues, lots of sentence, paragraph issues, a few issues with the overall plot. You know, I'm doing the whole package for her.
Oh, okay.
You know, this is my first job. I want to do a really good job. But I can look past all of that and just see the story underneath. And I see it just glistening there underneath all of the darkness that's trying to shove it under and hide it.
Yeah.
And I really want to bring it out and let it shine. Let it show the world that, hey, I'm special. I'm a unique story. You need to read me.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can really provide the type of feedback that people need to help encourage them and inspire them to be not only better writers, but also to help their writing and their actual story be better overall. Yeah.
Well, that's super exciting and very noble of you. That's how you view it. That, you know, it's like there's the nugget there of greatness, and you're like helping peel away the layers towards it. So that's really cool. So, and it's really nice that everyone really appreciates your help. I know that. So, for sure.
I have not found a story yet that is not worth saving.
Oh, well, that is good. I think there's more people have stories that they, you know, if they knew how, they could tell them. You know, it's because it takes technique and it takes a lot of work to get stories out. So, as we know as writers, it's not easy. It is not an easy profession, but very, very rewarding. All right, so moving on from the writing and the editing to the cool, nerdy stuff that I want to talk to you about. Like, I'm actually not a Doctor Who fan. My mom and my brother are, but I've only watched a couple episodes, so I assume you'll probably tell me I should give it another try.
Yeah, you should give it another try.
And why do you like Doctor Who so much, and who's your favorite Doctor?
I'm gonna piss off a couple of people.
Okay.
David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, is my favorite.
Oh, okay.
I love the fast-paced, you know, rapid dialogue with giant words, and just his sometimes abstract way of thinking and his little quirks. Like, each of the Doctors have their own quirks and their own way of speaking, and that's what makes the Doctor so interesting. And so, with the 10th Doctor, played by David Tennant, that one, he says strange things. Like, time is just a wibbly-wobbly, you know, mess of, what is it? It's just a mix of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen that on t-shirts.
Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. That phrase always sticks in my head, and it's one of my favorite. Also, some of my most favorite scenes out of the whole entire series are actually from the 10th Doctor time period. Rose is one of my favorite characters. Some of my favorite quotes are from that time period. River Song is another one of my favorite characters, and she's actually introduced when the 10th Doctor is around.
Oh, okay. And that's Alex Kingston, right? The actress?
I'm bad with actors.
Oh, okay. I think it's her. She's coming to Salt Lake Comic Con, so.
It's weird the ones that I actually know, like David Tennant. I know it's like Eccleston is the 9th Doctor.
Yeah.
Tennant was the 10th Doctor, and Matt Smith was the 11th Doctor, and
now they're on the 12th Doctor.
Yeah, it was like Percoli or something.
I think his name's Peter Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've not watched the 12th Doctor yet because I'm afraid of being sorely disappointed.
Yeah.
I've heard so many other Doctor Who fans who are kind of disappointed with that one, but eventually I'll work up my courage and time.
Yeah, I know, right?
My busy schedule to catch up on my Doctor Who because I sorely miss my Doctor Who.
Yeah. Okay. And then, let's see. And then you are a big anime and manga fan. And you lived in Japan, which is cool. So did you already love anime and manga before you lived in Japan, or did it help?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did? Okay. What are your favorites?
I'm glad that you did that in plural. I know it's not an anime, but it is pretty popular. How to Train Your Dragon is one of my favorite animated movies.
I love that movie.
Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children is a Japanese-made movie, and it is one of my favorite animated movies as well.
Okay.
As for shows, I really like, oh gosh. I am a fanatic for Sword Art Online. Let's see here. Is it in here? No, it's not. It's in the other room. Actually, let me go grab it real quick.
Oh, okay. Apparently, this is very important.
It is, because while in Japan,
yes.
I got...
Oh, very cool.
In the original language books of Sword Art Online.
Can you read it in Japanese?
Huh?
Can you read it in the Japanese?
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, I took Japanese in my bachelor's program.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, and so I got all of the current Sword Art Online series. I blew a whole lot of money on this. And that was 14, 15 books in the main series, and like 5 or 7 books as spin-offs.
Wow, that's a lot.
And each of them were anywhere between $3 to $7.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But they look really cool.
These are really small books.
Yeah. Well, and they open differently, right? You read it from the other way.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the front cover. But to us, it's the back cover.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. You open it and read it this way.
Yeah. I took Arabic, and it's the same. It's the same way. You're like, and it's like, this is so weird. I'm reading different ways. So you start from there. Yep.
Yeah. You also read down.
Wow. Yeah. Well, good on you for being able to read Japanese. That does not look like an easy language to learn.
It's actually a work in progress. I know some basic Japanese, but I was actually using the books as a platform to learn more.
Yeah.
Because fully immersive, you're throwing yourself into it and trying to learn it as fast as possible. And I figured that actually reading something in Japanese and translating as I was going would be best, and it actually started working until I started college.
Yeah. Oh, nice. All right. Well, we're about out of time, but just thank you so much for doing this interview with me. And then everyone, if you want to follow her on Facebook, she does have a page for her editing. It's Stayrook Editing, and I will include a link And I will also include a link to Maxina's Storybook as well. That's on Facebook. And then she also has websites, and I believe they're linked on her Facebook pages and everything. So, all right. So, yeah, so make sure you like her on Facebook. And thanks, everybody, for checking in. We'll see you next week.